All right, friends. So, friends, we are live. We are live for the first time in this session for all of you on MBA Wallah English channel. So, friends, a very good evening to all of you. Can you please confirm if I'm clearly visible and audible to every one of you? Okay, so yes, we are live. So, friends, a very good evening to all of you and welcome on the MBA Wallah English channel. CAT 2026 concept builder, and this will be in English language. Yes. So friends, we are going to start our preparation for logical reasoning and data interpretation. I'm sure logical reasoning you all have already started with Amit sir in the last session. Hoping that you were present in that session. And today we are going to start our preparation for data interpretation. So logical reasoning has been taken care of, already started by Amit sir. And today, data interpretation will be taken care by me. I'm Gourav Gupta, your mentor, your teacher, the faculty here at MBA Wallah, I can say, for logical reasoning and data interpretation. So, am I clearly visible and audible to every one of you? So that like all of you can give me confirmation so that we can quickly kickstart with this session. So, in today's session, what are we going to do? So I'm sure that some of you might be on the MBA Wala, the channel that we are already running, the main channel in which we take classes in both Hindi and English language. So the request from some students was that they are unable to understand what we discuss in Hindi and they want these things to be discussed purely in English language, right? So friends, taking your advice, taking your suggestions, and we have worked on that. And now we are going to start, or we have already started conducting these sessions purely in English language, so that the students who could not understand the Hindi language or they prefer English language, right? Because CAT is an exam which is completely in English language. This is not a bilingual examination, right? So those who want to improve their English, those who want to improve their communication skills by attending these sessions, which are purely designed, purely conducted in English. So yes, here we are, and we'll be discussing each and everything in English language so that those who could not understand Hindi or those who want to work in their on their language, on their English language, or the students who want to improve in any sense, they can attend all the sessions which are going to be conducted on MBA Wallah English channel, right? So let's lay the foundation of data interpretation. Now, data interpretation is calculative thing, right? Now, before calculation comes, we need to first of all understand the different manner, the different ways in which the data can be given, right? Now, you all must be equipped with the understanding of data interpretation. Probably you would have seen what I would say, you would have seen the previous year paper questions which have come purely on data interpretation. So yes, different type of charts are given to us and we'll have to go through that data. We'll have to interpret these charts or graphs, I would say, right? Now, once you have properly interpreted it, okay, now what is the meaning of interpretation? Now, interpretation means I'm able to pick the data, whatever kind of graph is given, I'm able to pick the data, whatever data is required in the question. I'm comfortable with that, okay, and I'm picking the data correctly. So this is what I mean purely by interpretation of data. Also, interpretation means in some cases the data is not given directly. Okay, so they may give you, let's say, the revenue or the expenditure, right? So these two things are given, the revenue and the expenditure, and they have given the formula for the profit or loss percentage. Okay, so we'll not be able to directly pick up the value of profit or profit percentage from the graph that is given. So we'll be picking up either revenue or expenditure or both, and using these two things, we'll be using the formula that is given in the data set, and we'll be able to find out the profit or profit percentage, right? So this is what I mean by the interpretation of the entire data. Now, once I'm able to interpret the data. Now the next problem is the questions. Okay, now questions, majorly what we see in data interpretation is the application of percentages, the application of ratios and averages, right? So these are three different skills, these are three different areas which you will have to conquer. Okay, so you will have to, I would say, increase your efficiency or increase your command in these three areas which fall under quantitative aptitude. So any student who is comfortable with percentages, ratios and averages, I would say that he or she will be able to do good in data interpretation, right? So the next thing, like the second part we are discussing here is the questions. So questions can be in any form. Okay, you just now need to read the question and understand what is being asked. Now if you understand what is being asked, the next is the solution, solving part of this question. Okay, so now during solving part, lot of calculations, lot of numbers will bother you. Okay, so any student, like I already said, any student who is comfortable in handling numbers, who is comfortable with percentages, ratios, averages, calculations, multiplications, division, percentages, right? So any student who is comfortable with all these numbers, calculations, will be able to do good in data interpretation. Now these classes, since these are called CAT concept builders, these classes are specially designed for the students who are actually not comfortable in mathematics, calculations, or in handling numbers, right? So these classes are recommended only to those students, right? Obviously the other students can also watch these sessions, because the knowledge can be improved by watching these sessions. Okay, right? So especially the students who are weak in handling numbers or calculations, these sessions are designed for those students. Okay, so if you are attending our live lectures in the batches, if you have joined any of the batches, MBA Core, Pioneer, the batches which have started, or if you are going to join the upcoming batches and you are, I would say, not able to cope up with the things that are covered in those classes because you are weak in calculations, so this is the place that you will have to come and like build up your fundamentals, the basic concepts, and then keep continuing attending those classes which we are conducting in the batches. All right, so let's begin with this class. Okay, now percentages for data interpretation, but before percentages, we'll actually look at different calculation techniques, right? So let's define the agenda of this class, but before that, this is a QR code which you can scan. So just to become a part of the Telegram group that we have, right? So just scan this QR code and be the member of the Telegram group. Okay, and this Telegram group, we generally share a lot of information, information about different sessions, about different examinations, the forms, and plenty of things will be shared on this Telegram group. All right, so you can be a part of this. Now, this is what data interpretation and logical reasoning is in different examinations. So let's start first of all by understanding what all different exams we have and how like these questions are placed in different exams. Okay, so let's quickly run through this. If I talk about CAT last year, okay, now sometimes the pattern changes for data interpretation and logical reasoning section, but I'll take the reference for the last year. Now, if I take the reference of last year there were total of 22 questions in this entire LRDI section, which were divided in 5 sets. So there were total of 5 sets, right? Now, these 5 sets had 4, 4, 4, 5 and 5 questions. Okay, so there were 5 sets. So 3 sets having 4 questions each and 2 sets having 5 questions each. So this is how the 5 sets were divided among these 22 questions, or I would say 22 questions were divided among these 5 different sets, right? Now, what was the weightage of data interpretation? What was the weightage of logical reasoning? Again, this is not a constant thing. This is not fixed. So sometimes you may see 3 sets of logical reasoning, 2 sets of data interpretation, right? Now, this is in general what we see. 3 sets of logical reasoning, 2 sets of data interpretation, right? Now, there have been instances when we have seen 4 sets from logical reasoning and 1 set from data interpretation, or 2 sets from logical reasoning and 3 sets from data interpretation, right? So, nobody can tell you what is going to happen in CAT 2026. So, we'll have to prepare for each and every scenario. Done. Now, next exam is CAT. But before moving on to CAT, I'll tell you that to finish these 22 questions or 5 sets, you are given a sectional time limit of 40 minutes. Okay, so this is what you are given, the sectional time limit of 40 minutes. All right, fine. Now, moving on to the CAT exam. Now, in CAT, you will find a total of 12 questions from data interpretation, right? And 3 questions from critical reasoning. So critical reasoning will be a part of, so there is not a separate section for data interpretation plus logical reasoning. Data interpretation is in the quant section and logical reasoning is with verbal ability section, right? Okay, so a total of 12 questions have been found with a breakup of 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 questions in CAT exam. So yes, CAT, you will definitely find questions from reasoning as well as data interpretation, right? Now moving on to the next exam, Narsi Munji. Logical reasoning section has a total of 36 questions, which includes the questions from critical reasoning as well. Now, this section needs to be completed in 40 minutes. And then for data interpretation, there are 8 questions and 4 questions from data sufficiency. Data sufficiency, what is data sufficiency? We'll be telling you later on. So 8 questions on data interpretation and 4 questions on data sufficiency are hidden in QA section, right? So data interpretation and logical reasoning, again, they are separated in 2 different sections. Moving on to the SNAP exam, you'll find 2 to 4 questions of data interpretation, and for logical reasoning, it's a separate section having 25 questions. So analytical and logical reasoning, there will be 25 questions in SNAP, right? And this will be a separate section. Okay. Now talking about Maharashtra CET, the weightage of logical reasoning is very heavy in Maharashtra CET. Okay. Now Maharashtra CET has a total of 200 questions, out of which 75 questions are from logical reasoning, and there will be around 10 to 12 questions from data interpretation. Now, these questions of data interpretation will be hidden in the section of quantitative aptitude, right? So this is a small idea, little idea about how logical reasoning and data interpretation behaves in different exams. Okay. Now, to do good in data interpretation specifically, right, you cannot miss some of the calculation techniques. Now, your calculations, your speed of calculation should be very fast. In some exams, you will be given calculator. There will be an on-screen calculator, and in some exams, it will not be present, right? So if you think that you will be able to manage calculations using that on-screen calculator, so think about those exams which don't provide an on-screen calculator. Okay, so we need to build up these calculations from the very beginning. If you tell me that, okay, fine, sir, I'm targeting only CAT examination, or I'll target only those exams which have on-screen calculator available. So friends, using understanding these faster calculation techniques will help you in getting comfortable with numbers, and the phobia that we have for calculations, for numbers, this phobia will not remain in your mind, right? So you will be more fluent with these things. Okay, right? So just to take out that fear of calculations, just to take out that fear of data interpretation, you need to understand, you need to learn, you need to practice some of these calculation techniques, right? So the first part of this lecture today will be multiplication techniques. So I'll give you some basic multiplication techniques which will help you in getting the answer very quickly, even in some cases faster than a calculator. Yes, right? So you heard me right. Absolutely. So even you will be faster than calculator. Okay? So multiplication techniques will be focusing on this particular thing. Second thing will be looking at squares of some numbers, how we can quickly calculate the squares. And if we have time, we'll be talking about complex percentage calculations. So we'll make complex calculations little easy. Okay, right? So this is going to be the agenda. So we'll be definitely discussing these two things. And if time permits, we'll go for number 3. Otherwise, it will be covered in the next session. All right, fine. Let's move on. But before that, the students who are watching this session very silently, write something in the chat box so that I'll get an idea that you all are listening, so that we can continue ahead. Come on, go ahead. Make some noise in the chat box. Come on. So just tell me if I'm clearly audible, I'm clearly visible, you are here interested in learning these calculation tricks and techniques. Okay, fine. So let's begin with some very important tips and some very important numbers that you cannot afford to miss while you are here in this class or while you are preparing for CAT. Now, number 1 is you need to learn the squares of the numbers from 1 up till 30. Okay, these squares will help you at a lot of places, not even in quant, not even in data interpretation, but yes, in some other things as well. Okay, so learn the squares of the numbers starting from 1 up till 30. First 30 natural numbers, squares needs to be done. Number 2, learn all the cubes of the numbers from 1 to 15. Okay. Number 3, the percentage equivalents of fractions. Now, if you don't know anything about this particular thing, which I'm talking about, percentage equivalence of fractions, so you need to wait for a little bit more time. We'll reach up to percentage equivalence of fraction. I'll give you a small idea right now. Okay. So let's say you will have to calculate 50% of any number. Now, 50% of any number is nothing but, so how do we calculate 50%? How do we write 50%? So we write 50% as 50 upon 100, and if we'll simplify it, you will get 1 by 2. So 50% of any number is nothing but half of that number, right? So what we need to remember is we can replace 50% by this fraction, which is half. Okay, now this seems to be very obvious thing. 50% is nothing but half of any number. But if we'll go a little higher, a little ahead, then these things will not seem to be pretty obvious. For example, let's say if you'll have to calculate 14.28% of any number, for example, 721. Okay, 14.28% of 721. This is what we need to calculate. Now, 14.28 doesn't seems to be a very, I would say, comforting number. 14.28. And then after that, 721 definitely is also not a very good number. So what will be the answer for this one? Now, if you remember that, or if you know that 14.28% of any number can be replaced by writing 1 by 7 of that number. So the fraction equivalent of 14.28% is 1 by 7. Now 1 by 7 looks comforting, a little better than definitely 14.28. Okay, so I can replace 14.28% with 1 by 7. So if I replace this 1 by 7 of 721, and now you know what to do. 721 divided by 7, and that will be your answer. So answer will be 103. See how easy it has become. From 14.28%, I have replaced it by 1 by 7, and 1 by 7 of this number It's very easy to calculate. Okay, so friends, this is what we'll have to do. So the relevance of remembering percentage equivalence of fractions comes here. Now, if you know this thing, you will be faster than the calculator. Understand one thing. An on-screen calculator, first of all, you'll have to use the mouse that is given. Okay. Now you open that calculator, click 14.28 percentage of 721. But if you know 1 by 7, right? So 721 by 7, you can even do it orally in less than 5 seconds. Okay. So this is the advantage of remembering some of these things. Okay. Now moving ahead, the next numbers you'll have to remember are the powers of 2 up till the 10th power of 2. So the value of 2 power 1, 2 power 2, 2 power 3, 2 power 4 is 16, 2 power 5 is 32, 2 power 8, how much? 2 power 9, 2 power 9 is 512, 2 power 10 is 1024. Okay, 2 power 11 is another double of that, 2048, and so on. To start with, just remember up till the 10th power of 2. 2 raised to the power 10 is 1024. Okay, settled? Done? Next is learn the powers of 3, 5, 7 and 11, not up till the 10th power, but up till 3rd or 4th power. So 3 raised to the power 4, 3 raised to the power 5. Right? So if you know the numbers, if you know the values of, let's say, 3 power 1, 3 power 2, 3 power 3, and you also know 3 power 4. 3 power 4 is 81. 3 power 5, 81 multiplied by 3, 243. 3 power 6 will be 243 multiplied 3, 729, and so on. Okay? So keep increasing your range day by day. Okay? So powers of 3, 5, 7 and 11 up till at least 4th power. Okay, 11 power 1, 11 power 2. 11 power 2, you all must be knowing that it is 121. But what is 11 power 3? Okay, so these are some things that you need to start working on. Okay, right? So these are some numbers. I'm saying if you are targeting a good percentile, if you are targeting 99 plus percentile, then you cannot afford to miss these numbers. All right, fine, great. Now let's go ahead and start with the first part of today's class, that is multiplication techniques. Okay, so let's talk about some of the faster multiplication techniques, some quick techniques, and these are not magical things. These are not something that you need to cram. Okay, these are something you need to get comfortable with. You need to understand how did it happen, right? So whatever things I'll be telling you, I'll also be giving you the reason for that. Okay, now in some cases if I would say you try to understand the reason that I'm giving you, then you will be able to reason out a lot of things by yourself. Okay, so this is what we'll have to learn. So I'll start with multiplication of a number with the powers of 5. So powers of 5, first of all, let's understand what do I mean by this particular thing. So powers of 5, that means 5 power 1, which is 5. 5 square is 25. 5 cube is 125. 5 raised to the power 4 is 625, and so on. Okay. Now, since this is the very first class, I'll keep the numbers at a lower level. Okay, fine. Now, if I have to multiply a number by 5, okay, like 324 multiplied by 5. Okay, now who is this? Sanskar. Sanskar, hello. Good to see your message. Okay, I hope you're watching everything. And if Sanskar, if you have any kind of doubt, okay, any kind of doubt, you can raise it by writing it in the chat box. Okay. So Sanskar, I need answers from you. I need a response from you as well as the other students who are watching this session. Okay. Now, I want to multiply a number by 5. So sometimes it gets difficult to multiply it by 5 or time consuming. I'll not say difficult, I'll say time consuming. Okay. Now, how can I reduce the time as well as efforts in this multiplication? So I can write 5 as 10 divided by 2, right? 5 can be written as 10 divided by 2. So if instead of multiplying this number by 5, I'll write 324 multiplied 10 divided by 2. Okay. So what you need to do is just need to take half of this number, and then multiply it by 10. So what is half of 324? Obviously, calculating half of a number is easier than multiplying it by 5. It's faster than multiplying it by 5. So half of 324 is 162. 162 is the half. All right. And then I'll multiply it by 10. So 1620 will be the answer of this question. Okay. I'll explain it once again. So let me erase this part. So what I have done is I have done a small replacement. So instead of 5, I have written it as 10 divided by 2. So 324 divided by 2 and then multiplied by 10. So half of 324 is 162 and then multiplied by 10. So 1620 will be the answer of this question. Okay, right? So you can do it yourself as well. Just you have to divide it by 2 and then multiply it by 10 instead of multiplying it by 5. Done? Now moving ahead, next 25. So pick up this number 25. I can write 25 as 100 divided by 4. Okay, so I'll do the same thing there. I'll replace 25 by 100 divided by 4. So now what we have to do is repeat the same process which I have done earlier. 48 divided by 4 is 12, right? 48 divided by 4 is 12. 12 into 100 is 1200. Simple as that. So now you know what you need to do with the next number, 125. So if 5 is written as 10 divided by 2, 25 is written as 100 divided by 4. So what will I write 125 as? Just quickly do it. 1000 divided by 8. Okay. So 125, 1000 divided by 8. So divided by 8 and multiplied by 1000. Okay. So next number, let's repeat the same procedure with 25. So what was the trick for 25? 100 divided by 4. So instead of 25, I'll write 100 upon 4. So 393 divided by 4. Let's perform this thing. So 393 divided by 4. So now I'm making it slightly challenging, slightly difficult. Let's raise the level of difficulty. Okay. So 393 divided by 4. So 393 divided by 4, you'll have to do it yourself. Okay. So it will be 9. 4 into 9, 36. Right. So 36 gone, 3 is left. 8 and then 0.25. 98.25. Multiplied by 100, answer will be 9825. 9825. Done? All right. Great. Let's move ahead and look at the next number, 125. I have already told you what we have to do with 125. Okay. So 125, 1000 divided by 8 is the replacement of 125. So 744 divided by 8. It's a very simple calculation. 744 divided by 8. So 9393 and then multiplied it by 1000. So 000. So 93,000 will be the result of this multiplication, right? Quickly moving ahead, the next number 7856 multiplied by 125, you'll have to repeat the same thing. 1000 upon 8 instead of 125. Okay. So 7856 divided by 8, perform this calculation and you are done. So 78 will be 9. First of all, 9. 8 nines are 72. Okay. I'll be left with 6. 8 8s are 64. 65 tha, 64. and then 1 is left, I'll have 2. Okay, so that's it. 982 then multiplied by 1000, so 982,000 is the answer of this question. Okay, now who is this? Anna Joseph, you're asking, sir, how much time? Okay, you have removed how much time you should spend for CAT preparation. I think you are asking this thing, but you will have to tell me the other constraints that you have. Okay, right? So please ask the query and do not be shy. Don't shy away from asking anything. Okay, so you can go ahead and I'm happy to answer to anything you are going to ask. Okay, fine. Now let's move ahead and look at the next thing, multiplication of a number by 11. Now what we have to do? Okay, no problem. You can again like go and explain whatever you want to ask in detail. I'll be able to help you out in a much better way. It will give me more information. All right. Okay. So sure, I'm working and with 11 to 8 schedule. So go ahead, Joseph, you write the entire query. Meanwhile, I'm explaining this particular technique. Okay. Now, if I want to multiply a number by 11, okay, number by 11. So what needs to be done? So let's first of all do it manually. Okay. So let's say the number is 1, 2, 3, 4, and I want to multiply it by 11. Right? How we do this thing? So first of all, 1, 2, 3, 4 multiplied by 1. So I'll write it like this. Okay. And then we put a cross or a 0. And then again multiplied by 1. So 4, 3, 2, 1. And then I'll add these numbers. That's simple basic multiplication. Okay. Which we have learned when we were kids. Okay. So 4. 3 plus 4 is 7, 2 plus 3 is 5, 1 plus 2 is 3, and here 1. Now let's take it once again. Now how I'm able to get this number? This is the unit digit of this. Okay, so I'll once again take it 1, 2, 3, 4. So when I want to multiply it by 11, write this number as it is. Then write the sum of these two numbers. 3 plus 4 is 7. Then write the sum of these two numbers. 2 plus 3 is 5. Then write the sum of these two numbers. 1 plus 2 is 3. And then write the leftmost digit as it is. And this is the result that we have got. Okay, right? So let me explain it with the examples that are written on here on the screen. Okay, so I have to multiply 48 by 11. So what I'll do is 4, 8, 48. So I'll start by writing the rightmost digit 8 as it is. Then the sum of these two numbers, 4 plus 8 is 12. Now in case you get a 2-digit number, 12, 4 plus 8 is 12. So just write 2 and send 1 as the carry forward. And then the leftmost digit is 4, but we have the carry forward 4 plus 1, 5, 528. So let me explain it taking one more example. So let's say 5, 7, 8, 9. I have to multiply it by 11. Okay. So I'll start by writing this digit 9 as it is. Then 8 plus 9 is 17. I'll write 7 and 1 will be the carry forward. I have 1. Then 8 plus 7, the sum of these two numbers. 7 plus 8 is 15. 15 plus 1 is 16. So I'll have 16, 6 here and again 1 carry forward. Then the sum of these two numbers. 5 plus 7 is 12. Carry forward plus 1, 13. 3 and once again 1 carry forward. Now last 5, I have to write it as it is, but I have a carry forward also. So 5 plus 1, 6. So 6, 3, 6, 7, 9 will be the answer of this one. Okay. All right. So this is what we'll have to do while multiplying the numbers by 11. Okay. So let's go ahead and check another number. So 1239 multiplied by 11. Can you please apply the same technique and give me an answer quickly? Try, go ahead. Now be careful with the carry forwards, okay? All right. So I have the answer, one of them. So 1239. Let's have a look at it properly. So 1239. We'll have to multiply it by 11. So first step, the rightmost number as it is. Then the sum of these two numbers. 3 plus 9 is 12. I'll write 2 and 1 will be the carry forward. Okay. Then 2 plus 3 is 5 plus 1, 6. Now I don't have carry forward. Then 1 plus 2 is 3. Done. And then the leftmost number as it is 1. So leftmost number as it is. So 13629. 13629 should be the correct answer of this question. 13629. Wonderful. So Sanskar, you have given a correct answer. Let's see if you will be able to give correct answer for the next question in one go. Okay. So next one on your screen. So 235087. So let's start solving this. So rightmost digit 7 as it is. Then 8 plus 7 is 15. 5 and 1 carry forward. Then 0 plus 8 is 8 plus 1 carry forward, that is 9. Now there is no carry forward. Then 5 plus 0 is 5, no carry forward. 3 plus 5 is 8, no carry forward. 2 plus 3 is 5, no carry forward. And the leftmost digit, that is 2. So 2585957. 2585957, absolutely correct. Great. So I hope you have understood what needs to be done here. Okay, perfect. Now you can manage this number by yourself. So I'm moving ahead to the next part of today's class. Okay, so this is the third type of calculation technique, and that is called the base method. Okay, now this is slightly difficult because we are multiplying two difficult numbers, 101, 102. So let's understand what we need to do. Now I'm just asking you a very simple thing. I'm multiplying these two numbers. Can you tell me a very comfortable, or I would say comforting number, a very easy number that is near to both these numbers? Base, will have to select that number as the base. An easy looking number, a number which is easily able to be handled. Okay, and the number is near to both these numbers. So can you just think about that number? 101, 102, both are near to 100. Okay, so in this case, in this multiplication, 101, 102, I have to multiply these two numbers. Absolutely. So I'll take the base as 100. I'm writing each and everything just to make you understand. Okay, right? But when you will be solving these things yourself, you might not write anything. Okay, now I'll select the base as 100. Okay, now this number 101 is 1 more than 100. Okay, 100 is the base, so 101 is 1 more than 100. So I'll write plus 1. Okay, this number is 2 more than 100, right? So write plus 2. Okay, I hope you have understood up till this part. So 101 is 1 more than 100, 102 is 2 more than 100. Clear? Okay. Now the next thing is solve any one of these things. 101 plus 2 or 102 plus 1. Any of these two things. They will give you the same result. 101 plus 2 is 103. 102 plus 1 is also 103. And write it here. Right? Okay, 103 we have written, very simple. Multiply these two numbers, plus 1 and plus 2, with their signs. You have to be careful with the signs. Plus 1 and plus 2. So plus 1 multiplied by plus 2 is 2. Okay, that's it. Now what you have to do is the final step. This number that you have obtained, multiply it with the base that you have selected. 103 multiplied by 100, okay, is this, and add this number to whatever result you have got. So 10302 is the final answer. Okay, right? I'll take one more example and will explain you in detail. Okay, so let's say you'll have to multiply 106, 107. So once again, the base for this calculation will be 100. Okay, right? 106, 107. Now listen carefully. 106 is 6 more than 100 and 107 is 7 more than 100. Okay. Now solve this thing or this thing. 106 plus 7 is 113. Multiply it with the base plus the product of these two numbers. Plus 6 into plus 7 is 42. So 11342 will be the result of this question. All right. So are you able to understand? Are you able to digest this method? Yes or no? Okay, so let's apply it on some more numbers. Okay, so I'll erase this part and let's look at the next number, 103 multiplied by 105. Try to apply this. 103 into 105. Now, if you are if you are in practice of this method, you are comfortable, you have practiced few questions, then it will be very easy or very fast for you to multiply such numbers. So 103 into 105. Come on, go ahead. I'll write them here. Now this is 3 more than 100. This is 5 more than 100. 103 plus 5 or 105 plus 3. Both will give you 108. So 108 multiplied by the base 00 and then plus the product of these numbers, that is 15. So result is 10815. Definitely it will take less amount of time and it will be more accurate. You will commit less mistakes. So 10815 is the result. Okay. Now let's make things a little complex. When both the numbers, earlier both the numbers were greater than 100. Now both the numbers are less than 100. What we'll have to do? Now 92 multiplied by 98. Again, I'll select a 100 as the base. Okay. Now 92 is 8 less than 100 and 98 is 2 less than 100. Done. Now rest everything will remain same step by step. 92 minus 2 or 98 minus 8 both will give you the same result, 90, multiplied by the base which is 100 and then plus the product of these numbers. Now the product of these numbers, minus 8 into minus 2 will be plus 16. So that's why plus 16. So result will be 9016. 9016 will be the result of this particular question. Okay. Now let's make things a little more complex. 89 into 91. So go ahead and try to determine the answer of this. I want you all to write it in the chat box. The answer for this, 89 into 91. All right, so you have the answer. Let's check it out using the method. 89 into 91. Now 89, 91, this is minus 11, this is minus 9, 11 less than 100, 9 less than 100. Okay. Now 91 minus 11 is 80 or 89 minus 9 is 80. 00 plus 99. So 8099, 8099. Yes, absolutely correct. I hope you have not used calculators and you have applied this trick. Okay. Now if you multiply them, it may consume more time as compared to the trick that we have seen. Okay. Now last but not the least, one number is more than 100, another number is less than 100. So now what you have to do is you just have to be careful with the sign that you are using and then multiply them considering their signs. So 104 into 98. I have written this 104 into 98. Let's see if you are able to give me a correct answer for this. 104 multiplied by 98. Go ahead. Any answer for this one? Okay, let's have a look at it. Now, obviously, 100 will be the base for both the numbers. Now, this is 4 more than 100 and this is 2 less than 100. Done. Now, once again, cross, you can solve any one of them. 98 plus 4 is 102. 104 minus 2 is 102. So 102 multiplied by the base 100 and then simplify this. Now plus 4 multiplied by minus 2 is minus 8. So instead of adding 8, now we'll subtract 8. Okay. So 10200 minus 8, 10192. This is the final answer of this question. Okay. I hope I'm very clear as far as this thing is concerned. Done? All right. Now let's move further ahead and switch our focus to squares of some numbers. Okay. So one last technique for today's class. We'll stop here. I'll give you some time to digest these techniques. And then in the next class, I'll discuss some more things that will definitely make you jump out of your seat. Okay, fine. So this is what I'm here for. Now giving to give you more and more techniques so that you'll be able to save your time, your efficiency may improve, and you'll be able to attempt more number of questions in your CAT exam. Okay, so let's talk about squares of some numbers. Done? Now, the first trick here is type 1, as you can see, to find out the squares of numbers which are ending with 5. Now, today we'll restrict ourselves to these numbers only, and definitely in the next class, I'll give you a technique which will help you to find out the squares of some bigger numbers, not with this restriction, this restriction definitely. So square of any number slightly bigger, let's say 47, 82, 97, 113. Now, how to find out the squares of those numbers? Like this. Okay. But today we'll focus on only these numbers, the squares of numbers which are ending with 5. Okay. So, start karte hain. Let's begin. So, the square of numbers which are ending with 5. Right. So, 35, for example. Now, if I'm finding the square of any number which is ending with 5, the last two digits will always be 25. Okay, last two digits will always be 25. Now, what about the portion before 25? Okay, now here I'm finding the square of 35. Square of 35. So I can say that I have already filled the last two digits. Now, what about this remaining part? And this remaining part will be, look at this number 3. 3 multiplied by the next number, the number which comes after 3. Number which comes after 3 is 4. So just multiply this number with its next number. 3 multiply 4 is 12 and write it as it is. That's all. This is the answer. Right? Understood? Have you seen how easy it is? How simple this is? So 35 square will be last two digits will be 25, and this 3 multiplied by the next number, 3 multiply 4, that is 12. Answer is 1225. Okay, now let's see if you are able to apply it on the next number. So 75 is your number. Now tell me the square of 75 very quickly. Now, what is the square of 75? Go ahead, come on. You can give me the answer. So, square of 75, the last two digits will definitely be 25. Okay. Now, pick up this number 7. 7 multiplied by its next number. 7 multiplied by 8 is 56. So, the result will be 5625. Absolutely, Joseph, very good. Okay, so let's continue and give me the square of 85. So the square of 85, all right, last two digits 25, Now 8 multiplied by its next number, that is 9. 8 multiplied by 9 is 72. So 7225, Joseph, absolutely correct. Okay. Another number, thoda sa, let's increase the level of difficulty slightly a bit. Now, logic, the concept will be same, the principle will be same, the method will remain same. So go ahead. 105, the square of 105, what will be the answer? Come on, come on, come on. Yes, you can do it. This one is easy. So 105, definitely last two digits will be 25. Now look at the remaining part. The remaining part is 10. Okay, 10, it's a two-digit number. No problem at all. You'll have to deal with this as you have dealt with the previous case. So 10 multiplied by 11. 10 multiplied by 11 is 110. Okay, so 11025 will be the answer of this question. Okay, I'll repeat this. So last two digits will be 25. Now other than 5, whatever is left, 10 is left. So 10 will be multiplied by its next number, 10 into 11. Answer will be 11025. All right. Now let's take one more question. 125 square. The square of 125. So you'll have to treat this number exactly the similar manner which you have done with the previous 4 examples. Come on. So 125 square, last two digits 25. This part is very easy. Now the remaining part, wonderful, good. I have seen the answer. So 12 into 13. So 12 multiplied by 13, you can do the calculation. It's again an easy calculation, which I'll tell you in the next class. How to quickly multiply a number with its next number. So in the previous cases, the values were small. It was easy. But here, some of you might not be able to do it as quickly as the other people. So we'll discuss in the next class how to multiply a number with its next number in a matter of seconds. So 12 into 13 is 156. So 15625 is the final answer of this question. All right. So who is this? Divyansh. So Divyansh, I think, has just now joined us. Divyansh has also given a wonderful correct answer with Joseph for this question. Okay. All right. So 15625. Yes, Joseph, please do not put a question mark after your answer. Okay. So try to be a little bit more confident. So 15625 is absolutely correct answer for this one. Okay. Right. So friends, we will stop here for the day, and Joseph, so we'll end this lecture with one of the queries that was asked by Joseph. And Joseph, the thing that you have asked is a very common thing that common question that I have encountered with like from thousands of students in the last 18 years of my teaching career. Okay. This is a very common problem. I am in college, I am in the final year, I am doing job. My job timings are not obviously that comforting. Okay. So now your problem specifically, if I'll talk about, you are telling me that you're working and your work timings are starting from 11 up till 8 o'clock. So 9-hour work timing are very common. Okay. Or I would say that there are lots of people who might work for more than 9 hours, right? So in your case, you're working starting from 11 to 8. Okay. So how you should go about as far as the preparation of CAT or any other entrance exam is concerned? It's very simple. Okay. So let's start with very first thing. So your working hours, you have already told me. So you might be having 2 weekly offs or probably 1 weekly off. Generally, in the industry, we have 2 weekly offs, Saturday and Sundays. So you have the entire Saturday, entire Sunday. Done? Then on weekdays when you are working, so before 11 o'clock, you might have some time for yourself to study. And then after 8 o'clock, you might be exhausted. So you might not be able to take out a lot of time after 8 o'clock. But since you will have to prepare for CAT for the next few months, you will have to like behave like a person. You have to become like a person who don't get tired very easily. So you'll have to increase your stamina, right? Now, since you want to crack this examination, that I would say that mindset you will have to develop, a mindset that does not get tired. Fine. Now let's come to the point. Now before 11 o'clock, like since you'll have to start working at 11, so before 11 o'clock, what you can do is you can wake up early in the morning, let's say 6:30, 7 o'clock. Okay. So wake up at 7. So let's make a schedule for you. So wake up at 7 o'clock, do all the morning course. That should not take more than half an hour, 45 minutes. Include 15 minutes of exercise, probably yoga, 15-20 minutes, half an hour. Okay. And let's say if you wake up at 7, you can sit to study maximum by 8:30, right? Now from 8:30 till 10:30, give a sitting of 2 hours, right? 10:30 you get up, so you have already studied for 2 hours. Now you can start working at 11 o'clock. Okay, come back at 8 o'clock. After 8 o'clock, take some rest, have your dinner, and then devote 1 more hour for the studies. So let's say by 9:30, 10 o'clock, you will start studying once again. Okay, so starting from 10 up till 11, 11:30. Okay, now slowly and gradually you'll start increasing the stamina as well. So starting from 10, you can study till 11 o'clock, 11:30, and then you can go to bed and have a complete 7 hours of sleep. Okay, right? So you'll have to do this thing regularly. See, look at the target. Look at the target CAT 2026. Look at the reward that you will get. Okay, the result of CAT 2026. Look at the life that you will get after doing MBA from a wonderful college. IIM, Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Calcutta, FMS, XLRI. Okay, look at the reward. So these things will probably motivate you to put in more number of hours towards your studies. You'll have to repeat this thing for the 5 days when you are working, and then Saturday, Sundays, try to take out at least 10 to 11 hours for your studies. It's very easy. I'm asking you for half the day, even less than half the day. So from 24 hours, just take out 10 to 11 hours. Whatever you have done during the week, practice those things. Okay, whatever you have studied, practice more and more questions, and keep continuing it every week. Okay, so slowly and steadily, first of all, you'll be able to, number one, increase the stamina, increase your efficiency, increase the amount of understanding that you have after studying for the entire week, and just keep doing this particular thing. And I'm telling you, uh, like when you listen to all these things does not look practical, but I know plenty of students, hundreds of students who have actually taken this advice. They have started studying in this manner and they have succeeded. So it is very practical. All right, fine. Now how should I go about mocks? So now for mocks, obviously it's not the time, it's too early to start with the mocks. Okay, number one. So first of all, finish up with 60-70% of your syllabus till June or July. Okay, so we are sitting in the month of January. So February, March, April, May, June, July. Okay, so till June, finish at least 80% of your syllabus, at least 80%. You can also, like, if you take out good amount of time, you can also finish your syllabus up till June. So if you are able to finish 80 to 100% of your syllabus till June, then at that point in time, you can enter a test series. Okay, so starting from the month of June, first of all, obviously the frequency of writing the mocks will be less. You will be writing one mock in 15 days, one mock in 10 days, right? So write a mock. Now, the most important thing that you'll have to learn is the analysis that needs to be done after the mock. Okay, otherwise you will not be able to improve. So let's say initially in the month of June, you write one mock every 10 or 15 days. Let's say every 2 weeks. Okay, so let's say today you have written a mock. Now, whatever you have done, analyze your performance in the mock. Okay, do a complete in-depth analysis. So 2 hours for CAT mock and then 4 hours for the analysis. Look at your mistakes, look at your errors, whatever mistakes you have done, whatever errors you have made. Try to work on all those things. If you can take out your weak areas, work on your weak areas for the next 10 to 15 days before you write another mock. Okay, so this is what you need to do regularly. So initially in the month of June, July, your frequency will be less. You might be writing like a mock every 10 or 15 days. Then later in the month of August, you can increase the frequency. You can write a mock every 10 days, then every 7 days, every 3 days, and so on. So this is what you need to do. All right. Now the same advice I'll give to each and every student who is watching this session right now. All right. So my dear friends, that's all from my side. We have started our journey of data interpretation towards CAT 2026, right? So we'll continue with this, and I hope you all also will continue with your preparation with us on the YouTube channel of MBA Wallah English, right? So hope to see you in the next lecture. Have an amazing time, and whatever we have done today, just try to go through with all these things once again and meet me in the next session. Okay, now you can also give in some suggestions, some requests that you want to make about the topic that you want me to cover in the subsequent classes. I'll try to take up those requests, because definitely it's not me, it's you who will have to write the exam. So let's focus on the problems that you are facing. Okay, so that's all from my side. Have a wonderful day ahead. Bye bye.